Look at me, I made a boat! Hey guys, today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to build a boat in Black Desert. It's called the Epheria Cog. It is an upgraded version of a fishing boat which you can use for harpoon fishing, so you don't have to use the small fishing boat to go harpoon fishing anymore. You can actually use this new Epheria Cog ship to travel out into the deep seas, Ross Sea, Margoria. It's very fast moving. It's faster than the Epheria sailboat at its base level. But I'm going to be showing you how to craft that today. It's quite a process. It might take some time for some of you that don't have all the knowledge. There's going to be a little bit of a quest line you have to do to get some of the materials if they're not for sale on the market. But we're going to go ahead and start with this tutorial. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your map. You need to find yourself here at Port Epheria. It's going to be way on the left side of the continent. Well, not on the far left side, but right here, Port Epheria. Go ahead and click on that, and you want to start making your way there. There's a few things you have to do in order to craft the boat. First, you need to go ahead and you need some money. You need contribution points to start with. If you don't have contribution points, you probably want to do some quest lines, do some questing, get some contribution points, because you're going to need to purchase some buildings in Port Epheria. When you go to this one here, Port Epheria 352F is the one you want to buy for your shipyard. Now, the only place you can craft the major boats, such as the Epheria Cog, or the Epheria sailboat, or the Epheria frigate, this is the only place you can do it, this one shipyard. Yeah, you'll need 8 contribution points total to purchase this one building. And so once you do that, then you have to level it up. So you can choose to level it up. I have one more level I can go, but you want to get it to at least level 2 so that you can build your cog ship. So I'm going to start heading out, and we're going to go to Epheria because you have to physically go to the port in order to get this done, because you have to purchase your workers. You have to go buy the shipbuilding license. So I will be back to when we get to Port Epheria. Alright, so now we have arrived in Port Epheria. We are at the work supervisor Adelph, or Adelph, however you pronounce it. So you want to go all the way down here. You'll be able to find him down here. The work supervisor has a pickaxe next to him. You want to head there, and you want to go ahead and purchase a worker. So when we go talk to him, you can either go to the worker exchange. Sometimes, but not always, there's workers available to buy in the worker exchange. You're also going to need money in your inventory, but you can also contract a worker. I can't hire anymore, but once you start hiring, you hit enter, and then it will cost you 5 energy each time, but it'll bring up a random worker that you can hire. And if you don't like the worker that was given to you as an option, you can try again, and it'll continue taking off 5 energy. So you also want to make sure you have some energy reserve in order to purchase your workers. Now, you're only allowed 1 worker at the start in any town at all. So 1 worker isn't enough to craft any of the boats efficiently. In fact, it took me 3 days to get 1 segment of the Epheria Cog done with 1 worker. So you want to make sure you purchase some more. I think, if I remember correctly, I think once you purchase this one shipyard, it gives you access to other buildings you can use. So I just went ahead and upgraded to lodging, and I made sure that I had enough workers. I think with this 1 set of lodging you can have 5 workers, either 5 or 4, but I have several workers that were able to work on the Epheria Cog at once. Now that you've got your workers purchased, what you want to do is go purchase the Epheria Cog fishing, or actually it's right here, the shipbuilding permit Epheria Cog. I bought some extras already because I plan on using it. The Epheria Cog is non-repairable, so once it's expired, it's done. You can't use it anymore. You can't repair the durability on it, so you have to craft another one. So you want to come up to here to Filiberto Falsi. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. You want to go shop. You're going to want to purchase this one. And since I've already got some, I'm not going to do it. You want to make sure that it is in the storage, or else your worker can't use it. Now, you can have workers from other towns come and build the ship. Let's say you've got a worker in Calpheon that you want to help build the ship with. You have to make sure that all of your materials are in Calpheon for that worker to use. You want to go to Manage Crafting to look at what you need to build the Epheria Cog. This is just the rowboat. You gotta see this right here. You gotta scroll over to where it says Epheria Cog at the top. Then you want to make sure you have the building permit in your storage. You need 25 standardized timber squares. These, when I built my Epheria Cog, there were none in the marketplace, so I had to craft them myself. Zinc ingots are usually in the marketplace. You only need 50 of them. Flax fabric are usually in the marketplace, and you only need 60. And then palm plywood, you can craft that pretty easy if you have the knowledge. But also you can find that in the marketplace as well pretty often, and you only need 50 of those. All of this needs to be made sure that it is in the storage of whatever worker is utilizing. So if your workers are in Calpheon, you need to put the items in Calpheon. If your workers are in Epheria, you need to put the items in the Epheria storage. Now this is where it gets tricky. We're going to go ahead and go to the marketplace. If you have remote access to the marketplace, you can go ahead and go and purchase all these items. So I'm going to start with zinc ingot. I spelled that wrong. Okay, it looks like there's 52,000. I'm not going to go into the tutorials on how to craft these puppies because I don't have the knowledge on them. But you won't need them. And I'm just going to buy 100 for now. So, it's for 100, it's only like 4 mil. It's not bad. You're not going to need that many, but since I'm going to be investing in more boats, I'm going to just buy 100 for now anyway. So, we'll purchase 100. Then you're going to go flax. The flax fabric. There's a ton on the market right now. So, and you can get them for minimum price. So I'm going to buy 100 of those. 1 mil. Not bad. Pretty inexpensive. Let's go maple. Was it maple? Alright, sorry, you need palm plywood for the next item. Palm plywood, plenty on the market. Do 100 of that. 1.2 mil, not bad. And then the last one was the standardized timber square, which there is none on the market. And most likely because you have to complete a quest line to get the knowledge to actually craft these things. And it's not very intuitive. But at the bottom, at the very bottom of the description, it says, in order to perform the quest for beginner processing knowledge, reach Gathering Apprentice 4. So you have to have Apprentice 4 as your gathering masteries. So there is a little bit of a requirement. And visit Feisy in Heidel. And I will show you where Feisy is in Heidel. For those of you that don't know, there's a little quest that she'll give you once you hit Apprentice 4. So I will be right back once we get to Heidel. now that we are in Heidel, you want to come to the central market square, which is right up here next to all these guys in this one area here. Feisty, on the other hand, is hiding in here. That's the night merchant. That's not Feisty. Feisty is hiding in this building. So if you go ahead and click over here, exit out, we're going to run. Oh, I went too far. So actually, if you come into this main building here, Feisty is this little person, this shy, right here, the workshop manager. So once you talk to Feisty, she'll have that quest available for you to gain the knowledge on how to craft the timber squares. And it's a small quest line. It's more than just one simple quest. You have to do a couple things. The next thing you want to do after you've got the knowledge to craft the timber squares is you want to acquire some logs or usable scantling. We're going to go to the storage, and I'm going to pull out all my logs because let's do 200 more. We're just going to do some processing. So now to process all this stuff, to get usable scantling, you go to produce, you go to chopping, and then you select your logs. And then you start. If you're able to do mass processing, that'll get you done a lot quicker. But we're just going to start and let her go until you get enough stuff to make the amount of usable scantling you need to create the amount of standardized timber squares. This is the most tedious part of the process because you have to craft it all yourself. But after you're done, you'll be well on your way to crafting your boat. So I will be back as soon as this is all over. Now it looks like I'm going to be having to use around 1,000 to 1,500 logs. I don't know the exact number, but you're going to need quite a few logs for this process to get the usable scantling. Alright, so now that we've got 200 usable scantling, I'm going to try that. What you want to do is go back to chopping, hit the usable scantling, and start processing all over again. So basically, you only need 25 of the standardized timber squares, so you don't need as many of the usable scantling. And I have gone way over the number that I actually needed, but we're done now, so we can go ahead and head back to Epheria, shove all of our stuff into the storage, and start actually building the ship now. Alright, now we're ready to start crafting our boat. So you want to go into your map, click on the town here. After you've put all of your stuff into storage, you want to go back to the building that you've purchased for the shipyard. Manage crafting, select the Epheria Cog, and then each and every one of your items should show up down at the bottom where it says detailed work information. And you see I have 36 of one standardized timber square, and you have to do that 25 times. So you only need 25 timber square. What you want to start doing is you want to select a worker from Epheria, or wherever you got them coming from. Select your worker, hit start work, enter, and he will automatically start working on it. Timber squares, change to 25, have him keep working, and then start work. Let's do zinc ingot, so we'll do like change 25, start work. Then we select another one, he does 25, start work. So now you have multiple people working on one thing. Let's do 30 is the max, start work. Okay, yeah, so worker's already working. What? Change 30 times. There we go. It glitched out. Then you do my last worker, change for 30 times, start work. So now you have +2 on here. Now I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to get done. This could take a long time. But this is the basics. Once it's done, the ship license will show up in the storage, and then you just have to pull it out and then go to wherever you need to go to register it as a ship. And so that is all I've got for you guys today, and I will see you in my next video.